Good evening. My name is Christina Johnson, and this is for my class HCA 415 with instructor Scott Baxter. My policy's purpose is to make parents be liable for their children being overweight or obesity, especially in children ages 4 to 12. Toddlers more so than the older kids because they have no choice in what they eat. The policy is designed to make sure that programs, activities, and food are set up in a nutritious kind of way to make sure that children do not overeat or whatever they eat doesn't cause them to gain a whole lot of weight. I feel like if the child does come in overweight and that the doctor knows it, that even though we have confidential laws, that the doctor should report it to the Child Protective Services or the health department to let them be aware that they have told the parent once, twice, or three times that the child's weight is getting exceedingly too big and that they should do something about it. I feel like if parents do not know how to do this, that the doctor should educate them or give them programs they could go to, websites they could log on to, so they could find a way to help themselves make this better. Who does this health issue affect? It affects children mostly. I don't see it affecting anybody else. The impact of this health issue on the community is that we're going to have a whole lot of overweight children, and that's not good. Children tend to get other chronic illnesses from being overweight. The health issue needs to be addressed because the children are our future, and we won't have a chance at a good future if our children are dying off from being overweight. Anything from asphyxiation of breathing, not being able to walk correctly because so much weight is on their fragile bones can add to it. Making sure that parents cook meals versus fast food restaurants will be the best avenue for that. The purpose of this health policy is to make sure that the public is in good hands, also to change the problems of the community, such as obesity in young children and the illnesses that follow with it. Most children grow up to be morbidly obese as well as adults due to them being obese as children because they haven't been taught that it's okay to eat like that and it's okay for their weight to be exceedingly big. The parents will be affected in this policy because they will be held accountable for it, whether it's their guardian, real parent, a foster parent, a grandparent. It doesn't matter. If they have solely custody over this child, they should be held solely accountable for the things that go on with this child. This policy will address the health issues as far as making parents have to look forward to being brought up on charges and fines, possibly losing custody of their child for allowing their child to eat to the point that they become overweight exceedingly and continue to do so. The changes in acting this policy, the policy would change parents from going to fast food restaurants or just giving their kids a bag of chips to finding 30-minute solutions for food or activities to replace their child from eating junk food to maybe eating an apple or bananas or vegetables such as that. Evaluating the impacts of the purpose of this policy. The impact will decrease young children obesity. However, it will probably increase problems with parents. Parents don't jump on board. They don't do what is expected of them. They will have to have fines and court calls, and they will possibly face jail time. The costs and benefits of this policy will only cost the parents to me. Now, it will cost the state if a lot of parents just don't do what they're supposed to do. The state will have to take the children off their hands for a while and possibly put them in the state custody or foster care custody until the child's parents can comply. Yes, I understand that jail time is probably a little steep, but I feel like if a parent gets to that point where they have to end up going to jail for it, that means that the child's health is so immediate so immediate that the child could die or really have some health devastating problems from it, and therefore that's why the jail time is implicated. Excuse me. The risk in enacting or not enacting a policy excuse me, is that you're going to find yourself, by not enacting a policy, you're going to have more morbidly obese children. And by enacting a policy, you will decrease the obesity in children by a very vast percentage. Nobody wants to go to jail. Nobody wants to pay fines and all this stuff for things like that. So I'm pretty sure once they realize nobody's playing about it and it's a law set up against it, they will actually start to do it. How would the lives of people be affected by this health issue and change and enacted? I feel like the kids' lives would change significantly great, because children are taught by their parents how to eat, brush their teeth, and everything. So if their parents also teach them how to eat healthy food versus bad food, then I feel like this would be a good thing that they could grow up doing. It's building a foundation that teaches their child literally that they need to eat proper if they want to keep a weight that's good based off of their size and height. And this is not to teach children that being big versus being skinny is wrong, because everybody is diverse and everybody looks different. It's not to do that. It's just to let a child know that there is a positive way to eat and it's a negative way. Some parents give their kids snacks as, I guess, to show them they did something right or correct. And I feel like that's a negative reinforcement. It should be something positive reinforcement. If you do give them something to eat, let it be some fruit at least. But, I don't think using food as a way to reward your child all the time is good. Probably how would the lives of people be affected with this policy? Like I stated before, I don't really think that anybody's life will be affected except for the children if nothing's done. The information about this policy and potential effects voting for the legislation from a political perspective, they might think that it's kind of harsh to make the parents pay fines and stuff, but I don't think it's harsh. If you're a parent, if you've had an overweight child and you have not tried to change that situation for your child, I feel like you should be punished for it. If your child go out here and rob somebody or steal, it's the same thing. They will hold you accountable for if the child's underage. So a toddler 3, 4, 5 years old, they can't cook for themselves. They don't even know the first thing about finding themselves something to eat. So I feel like the parents should be held accountable for situations like that. The most important thing for the legislators that need to hear about this policy is that the children are our future. And what kind of future can we expect to have if our children are overweight, dying, have diabetes, and other health problems? How to constitute the legislators vote for this policy is just to give them the facts about what's going on, to show them videos, show them children, let them watch the Murray show. Murray has that on his show a whole lot about kids being overweight. Some people think this subject is funny. It's not funny. It's very serious. The best way to implicate this is to show them programs that can teach parents how to cook healthier. We can even go as far as to give parents teaching lessons on if they don't know how to cook 30-minute meals that's healthy. We have programs to teach it to them. Some parents don't know how to do that. Some parents was raised in families where they eat outrageously. They eat starches, all kind of stuff. It's okay. In some cultures it's disrespectful to turn down food when people are giving it to you. At the same time, it's not a safe and healthy way to build a child up on eating stuff to the point becomes he or she becomes overweight. The best way for a legislature who needs to be sold on this policy is simply let them wear a body mask on themselves and let them walk away with all that weight on them all day and think to themselves, now I'm an adult, I have responsibility to lose weight myself and what I eat, but as a little 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old child, they have no responsibility in what they eat. They have no control over it. They're just an innocent child, the same as an innocent bystander that is driving down the road and a drunk driver just crashes into him. That drunk driver had the option not to drink and drive, to call for someone to take him home so he would be safe and also other people on the road, but he chose to do that. In this instance, a child has nothing to do with what they eat. I feel like by holding a parent accountable for it and telling them, look, you will get fined for it, you will get punished, you will possibly even face jail time, lose your child, this will really make it win over fast, and it will decrease the obesity in children. And it will make this world a better place because it will be a healthy and nutritious world. And we don't have to worry about people growing up having diabetes and all kind of chronic illnesses from it. Some kids can die from this. All the way on their chest, when they lay down, they will be to the point they can't even breathe. And I think that's really awful for a child to die from being overweight. And for their parents to see clearly that they can do something about it and they haven't done anything about it. I hope that I covered everything that I could cover in this. I'm sorry. My nose is stopped up. I've been sick for like I don't know how long. And I'm country because I don't know what. So I probably sound funny like somebody's pinching my nose, you know. But I did a PowerPoint presentation to show you some awesome pictures of these cute little adorable children that's overweight. I myself was an overweight child when I was younger, and it wasn't really my mom's fault because we ran around all the time, but they just cooked all the time, and I like to eat. My oldest son is considered overweight as well, so I have changed my cooking habits. Even though I cook a lot, I don't cook a lot all the time anymore. I implicate to them fruits and vegetables as usual, but I switched from using regular bacon to turkey bacon, and we are sold on that, and we've been eating that for 4 months now, and they love it, and it's great. You have a blessed night, and God bless you, and thank you for watching this video. My name is Christina Johnson, and this is for my HCA class 415 instructor, Mr. Baxter. Thank you very much. God bless you for all you do for us, and thanks. Hope it was long enough, not too long.